what's going on? This is Greg Hoyt, obviously from the Breakdown with Greg Hoyt and the breakdownnews.com, with a special episode today regarding Turning Point USA AmericaFest 2023. Now, I've been here at the event now for the past day and a half, and I've had an opportunity to meet a myriad of people, converse with all sorts of folks, meet, key political figures, big social media influencers, and those who are helping, change the tide and shape culture and political wars that are currently ongoing in the country. But one person I had an opportunity to catch up with in particular is a gentleman by the name of Tayler Hansen. Now, if you're not familiar with him, you may have seen some of his videos circulating on websites like Twitter, like Facebook, over the past couple of years. You may not be familiar with his name, but chances are you may have seen some of his content, particularly covering issues and events and matters involving the LGBTQ plus community and their strange endeavors with children. Now, when I caught up with Tayler Hansen, he was promoting a new outfit that he is with, Tenant Media, which he had an opportunity to briefly converse about what Tenant Media is, how they started, and what some of the content is going to be on the platform.
And so Tenet Media is essentially a big conglomerate of, more right-leaning hosts that are just anti-dissident hosts. You got Tim Pool's Culture War being hosted on Tenet. You got Dave Rubin hosting a show. You got Matt Christensen, Lauren Chen, Lauren Southern, and then you got myself as well. So we're really just here to, we're all different. We all have different opinions, different stances on things. I'm the reporter. I do the cultural issues, and they are the ones that broadcast. But we're really just all working towards the same goal. We might not disagree or agree on everything. That's kind of the beauty of it. It's a completely free speech company, kind of structured like Blaze TV. That's Daily Wire. But yeah, we're here to stay, and we're growing very fast. So I'm excited.
Another topic that Tayler and I had an opportunity to converse about revolves around, let's face it, a lot of the hot political takes and juxtaposed positions from within the conservative and Republican movement, sect, or sects, whatever you want to call them. You're seeing a lot of these factions having differing takes, some reasonable, some dog shit, some, a little bit more nuanced than others, regarding issues that are kind of foundational to certain aspects of conservatism. Issues relating to the Palestine-Israel conflict / war, whatever you want to call it. And also, as of late, issues relating to First Amendment rights, First Amendment violations, religious freedoms, regarding that shenanigans at the Iowa Capitol regarding a satanic altar of sorts getting vandalized.
I think the right needs to agree to disagree. That's the biggest thing here, especially on, the beheading of the statue. It's like, in my opinion, I think that's a great thing. You put it up around Christmas time for a reason. It's very blatant what's going on here. It's anti-Christian, and you're seeing a lot of the anti-white narratives going around. So you're seeing, especially with Israel and Palestine, there's such a big gap to kind of fill. You have a lot of the anti-war side saying, that's kind of where I lie. Just we should stay out of it. The U.S. doesn't need to be the world police. And then you have a lot of the pro-Israel side typically is conservatives and evangelical Christians. But people just need to be able to agree to disagree because we have a bigger enemy. We're trying to save America. We're trying to save the culture and preserve it. And we can't do that if we're too busy bickering back and forth. So people need to learn to agree on issues, but also be able to disagree on issues and then still go along with it.
Now, what was funny was when Tayler and I were chopping it up and he made mention of world police, we kind of dovetailed into a brief chat about, the hilarious 2004 movie Team America, World Police, and how, at the time, a lot of older millennials today, people that are in their mid-30s or approaching 40, if not 40 already, they might have been more left-leaning right around 2004 when the movie Team America, World Police came out, because, that movie was a large, kind of like a tongue-in-cheek criticism of the Bush administration and American intervention politics and what have you. And the funny thing is, both Tayler and I agreed that, those people that watched that movie then and held those sentiments then probably still hold those sentiments now, except they don't necessarily identify themselves as left-leaning or liberal or anything like that, but maybe more middle ground or even conservative now, which, lends itself partly or heavily to the shifting of the Overton window, which, Tayler said that is something that maybe the right needs to do, is maybe move a little bit further right, since the left just keeps going polarizingly left to the point where even centrists are now considered Republicans or conservatives by their critics.
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, the polls definitely have shifted on both sides, but I'd say primarily left. I mean, you've seen how far the left has gone and continues to go. I mean, you got the polls, you know, the right's kind of shifting, and then you got the left, and it's gone fully far left. So, I mean, you have communists now, you have Marxists, and they're open about it. You know, they celebrate it. So it's it's kind of a mixture of both, but you can't really like identify in one category. Like, I don't even technically identify as conservative. I'm more of a populist because of the situation we've been put in. There's a lot of things that need to change. And, to speak on Team America, it's a wonderful movie. I think, it was very well thought out. But yeah, really, we just need to figure out a way to bridge that divide and get along with, especially like-minded people. Because if we can't do that, then how are we supposed to save this country? We got to agree to disagree. We got to continue to push the narrative, and I'd say, push the Overton window even farther right, because that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, you got Alex Jones, you got Owen Schroyer doing mainstream media tours. They're going on Tucker Carlson, they're going on Timcast, which is an amazing thing. So I absolutely love to see that. If the left is going to shift farther left, I think the right needs to shift farther left.
Needless to say, it was a wonderful opportunity to catch up with Tayler Hansen, which he did share insight as to how individuals can follow Tenet Media, and of course, follow him on social media as well.
Yeah, everyone can find Tenet Media at Tenet Media or at Watch Tenet Now on X. And then my social medias are at Tayler USA. It's Tayler USA.
And speaking of self-promotion, did I ever tell you guys that I run a website, thebreakdownnews.com, which following the Breakdown News on platforms like X and Facebook is actually more pivotal now than it was before, largely due to the fact that Facebook conducted a huge purge of accounts, both pages and personal profiles on December 7th that left the original Breakdown News Facebook page completely adminless, therefore unable to be updated, used in any meaningful way or anything like that. But luckily, we did create a new page, which you can find that page at facebook.com/official breakdown news. Anyway, my name is Greg Hoyt, and that was The Breakdown. Peace.